Hi guys, it's Kathleen with Easy Breezy Creations. I know it's late. I apologize. Bree was supposed to go live tonight. She had something come up where she had to go to UF for an unexpected meeting. And so I promised y'all 7 days of lives straight. So we are going to jump in. I sent a message earlier asking anybody if they wanted to learn how to use the Dollar Tree wire frame. So if y'all jump on, that's fine. It's not a big deal. If not, feel free to watch the tutorial again. I know it's really super late, so I have some things I need to be doing as far as a craft show this weekend, so we're going to go ahead and just kind of knock it out and go from there. Okay, so the first thing that you're going to need is you're going to decide you're going to need your wireframe. Hi Christina, this is your wireframe that you're going to get from the Dollar Tree here. I like my impromptu live I got going on here. So the wireframe from Dollar Tree, you can do many different ways. You can do the mesh method, you have the tubing method. Tonight, just to make it nice and quick, I'm going to show you two. One, because they are really fast to do. One is going to be just using a roll of ribbon to use on it. Really simple. This is going to be great for anybody that has craft shows, wants some lower end products that they want to, or something that they want to put into one of their, actual craft fairs at their church, or to give away to a friend or a neighbor. Real quick, real inexpensive, super cute when it's all said and done. The other one we're going to do is with mesh. Same thing, really super duper easy. Y'all can knock it out, and the cost total in it will be less than $10. So for this one, I am going to, like I said, for the mesh one, to speed up your process a little bit. I have already made the bow that we're going to attach. I'll fluff it out. We'll put a couple of little picks in there just to give it a little pop of color to kind of go with these brighter colors we have down in here. Not real sure what I will add, but if I don't add it all tonight, at least you'll have the base and we can go from there. So let's start with the ribbon. Both of them are going to be done the same way. Again, super duper easy. Just take your ribbon. You can either set it off to the side, throw it in the floor, whatever you want to do. You're just going to kind of bunch up your ends. I always prefer to start at the bottom of the frame. You're going to put it underneath. Just put your ribbon right there underneath. Whenever I'm doing one of these, I always use the 4-inch zip ties. It's just easier for me. Don't worry about the fact that this zip tie is going to show. It's going to be covered up with your ribbon. Same thing when you do it with the mesh, it's going to be covered up. So all you're going to do is zip tie that on there really good and tight. We don't want it going anywhere today. Like, I've already lost my stuff and we just got started. Don't nobody see me using my scissors. It'll be fine. Trim this up in the back real quick. So now you've got it all nice and zip tight on there. All you're going to do is come across as close to that bottom as you can get. Just as close to that edge. You can see it right there, how close I'm getting. And you're going to hold it real tight. And then literally, all you're going to do is wrap up the form. Super easy. Laying it one right over the other. I always try to look at mine a little bit, especially when I'm using a pattern. Kind of make sure my patterns are lining up. I've got the same space here a little bit. Y'all can see what I'm doing. That way the spaces of your white are the same. And you're just going to keep wrapping it on up. Going up at an angle. Keep unrolling. I know, super easy. Don't worry about this end that's kind of loose down here. You can always go back in and kind of tuck that in with some hot glue later. I never completely attach, just in case I have to go and undo it. Super, super easy. Hi, everybody that's watching, just jumping on. I know it's super late. I apologize. I'm hoping to make this really super, super cute. Do y'all realize that we are only 5 likes away on our page to hit that 500? You know, Bree said the other day on her live that she hits 500 by the end of the week. She was going to give away a custom tumbler. I've already said that I would give away something, some type of creative something that I was making. Who knows what? I'm going to be a busy person the next 2 days. Have a major, major craft fair. Okay, so y'all see what I'm doing? I'm making sure basically that there's the same distance coming up in between here, because that's what's going to give you that check pattern all the way up. Okay, so we're just going to keep wrapping. Really super easy. This is probably one of the easiest that I can say that y'all can do. Anybody have any questions on what I'm doing? I know all I'm wrapping right now, doing is wrapping some ribbon right now. This is your time off night? From New Brunswick, Canada. Well, hello. I bet y'all are cold up there. I know if we're sitting at 63 degrees, I walked into church tonight and it was so funny. All of these people, we had choir practice, and they were all like bundled up in these coats, and the temperature had dropped to 62. And they're like, oh my goodness, cold front. I was dying. I was like, you people do not know what cold is. And I was thinking of all of you people up north. So we're just going to keep wrapping. It's a little bit harder right here when you're going. You're having a storm. How much would I charge for these at my show? Well, I charge about, usually about $25. Depends what all you put on it. If you're going to keep it really, really basic and simple, I wouldn't go over $25. Real simple, grab and go. You've got all this. I mean, you're not using, I got this, the ribbon here. This is one from Hobby Lobby at $9.99. It's 75 feet. Okay, so it was 50% off, so I got it for $5. The frame itself was $1. You're not going to use, but you're not even going to use a quarter of that roll of ribbon. So you have nothing in this. Literally. I'll show you a couple that I've made. I have a couple on my site. So you're just going to wrap. This is where it gets a little bit harder in the edges here to keep that perfect pattern. But I still try. You can see I still try to give it a little bit of space there just so that you don't end up with that black on black. Just so that there's a little bit of white showing, so it kind of keeps that pattern that you've had forming all along in there. On up around the corner. Almost done with this one. It's 19 there. Are you kidding me? I'm originally from North Carolina. I know I'm from Florida right now. That's why I pick on everybody down here. But I'm a North Carolina girl. That's where I was born. I mean, I was raised here so it's nothing. I still don't have that Florida blood, I guess you could say. I love the cold. The more snow on the ground, the better. I take trips up there just because I am telling you, I love the cold. I'm that weird person. We're almost done. We're just going to keep wrapping, holding it tight while you're doing it so you don't have any gaps. "45 centimeters of snow, really? Oh, man, I could come visit you and be a happy, happy person." My husband thinks I'm crazy. He hates the snow. He's from Ohio originally. I love it. Almost done. You're going to get to the end down here. For those who see, I normally, like I said, just throw my ribbon in the floor. I was trying to be nice tonight, not do that because I was on this pretty live. I didn't want y'all to see my craziness. I usually cut off a little bit longer piece right here, cut it a little bit high. And what that means is like you're at the end, so give yourself maybe 2 to 3. Yeah, see, Christina, I love cold. It's crazy. So we're at the end and I've let it overhang a little bit here again. All I'm going to do is take my 4-inch zip tie. So y'all seen, all I've done is use one zip tie on one end and one zip tie on the other. And I'm right here on this end. Just pull the edge back a little bit. Run your zip tie through this bottom, and it's a little more difficult. It should be difficult if you wrapped it tight enough to get this in here on this edge. Should be difficult. Not like impossible, but difficult. That lets you know that you have done a good job of wrapping and it's not going to unravel on your customers. Shouldn't be this difficult, but still difficult. So you're right here on this edge. You've got all of this all nice and done. Put your zip tie in. Zip it on down. Again, I don't know where my wire cutters are, so ignore the fact that I'm using my scissors. Thank goodness they're not my good ones. And now just tuck this inside where you have it. Because remember, you have all of this on the end right here. So you're going to end up folding this over like that. And you'll just tack that with your hot glue gun. Which mine is not even heating up, so sorry about that. Okay, so that's as easy as that. Look how simple that is. Really easy, really simple. Knocks it all off. Now, when you get to this point, you can do anything. Bree, you should be in bed. Don't be watching. Okay, so she has work tomorrow, guys, and she's been at a meeting all day. So you've got all of this right here. You can go in and you can add anything. Say you want to go in and add ice skates to it. Because you're going to put a bow. So you want these cute little ice skates hanging off of it. You can do that. Not a problem. Cute little ice skates, whatever, hanging off. Since we're all talking about snow and cold. Whatever you want to do. Say you want to go more of the silver look. So you've got these real pretty, because this is like a white with a hint of silver with the black. So you want to go with the silver. It's not that big a deal. You choose whatever you want. So you'll put that in there. I haven't made the bow. I'll have to do the bow tomorrow because I didn't want to, since this was so late, keep y'all on while I made a bow. But say you want to put a couple of sprigs of this coming the other direction and then put that bow right in the middle. So all of these little sprigs I got at Michael's, they were 50% off. I mean, they're $2 a piece, so you paid $1 for them. But just envision for a minute that hanging right there. And I swear this is more of a silver color than a black and white. So then you put these little sprigs and spread them out and put that bow right there. So for less than $1 for the frame, 2, 1, and 2 makes it $3. You probably got $2 in that. And your ribbon tops, if that much, but we'll round up and say $2. So you're at $5, and then probably use another $1 in your bow. So you've got $6, tops $7 in this wreath right here. So even if you sold it for $20, look at your markup. Pretty cool, huh? That's that one. Any questions on this type of a wreath? Because all you would do, just so y'all know, because you've got all this space in here. I didn't want to do it because I'm not, you'll cut this off a little bit. I found them. So what did you ask? Oh, your ribbon's more expensive there. Well, you're not, whatever you pay for your ribbon, you're literally going to use maybe, you can even use do you have a Dollar Tree? Because if you have a Dollar Tree or a Dollarama or anything like that, you can even use their ribbon. I've done that. because you know that sometimes they have that thicker, like burlappy Christmas one. I know mine has one that's like red and green. That's got like little polka dots or whatever on it. So that's 9 feet. So you would need probably 2 of those. So if you got 2 of those, you could do the same thing and wrap that. So this is what you would do with your picks. You would just put it right up underneath where these folds are. You'll have your hot glue gun all nice and handy in here too, so don't worry. I folded this really well, I want y'all to know, because ain't nothing given. Nothing. So just an idea of that. And you'll tuck your picks right up in there. I still got this one a little bit long, but that's what you would do. You would tuck your picks up underneath your folds that you've wrapped, and then you would hot glue them in there. And then you would do the same thing. You would cut this one short enough, and you would tuck it up underneath it and hot glue it in there, because your bow's going to cover any of the little teeny tiny stems that may show on the outside. So it's real super simple. You have a Dollarama? Yeah, 2 rolls. It literally, because you're thinking to get a 3rd roll just in case if you have a Dollarama, just in case. So then all you would do is just, all you would do is just until it ends. So you would have to add extra zip ties for yours. So once you come to the end of yours, so your first roll would get to probably about right here. So I would get the 3rd roll just to play it safe, just depending on how tight you roll. I wrapped mine pretty close and pretty tight. But if you spread it out, because I mean, it's literally, you know, you're looking at 2.5 inch ribbon. So if you spread it out a little bit, it would go further. But then you would just go right here and on yours, put a zip tie, zip the other one, zip tie right in there with it. Keep wrapping. It'll be the same thing. So then tomorrow I'll show you a picture of this one all nice and pretty. It will probably have these real pretty skates in it, because I literally have like 40 pairs of these skates. I got them last year. I'm thinking I'm going to put them on the website for sale for like $1 a piece, because I need them all to go away. Who needs 40 pairs of skates? Not me. So we'll set that one to the side. So this one I'm going to do the same way. And you can use your mesh. I'm going to show you how to attach the bow. But I'm going to show you how to attach the bow on this one. Oh, okay, when you do your bow, see how I got the pipe cleaners at the end? It'll just stick right through. It'll stick right through. I know this doesn't match, but it'll go poke right through your ribbon. And that's why I always use one that kind of matches, because then you'll just twist tie it back here and it tucks right up underneath in the back. So you don't really see anything. It's fine. You can watch the replay. Not a problem. I'm coming on late. This is not my normal time. Y'all know I try to do an early bird. All right, so we're going to do this one real quick. And you can choose whichever one that you want. You can use if you have 10 inch, you can use the 10 inch. If you have 6 inch, you can use the 6 inch. It doesn't matter. I think because mine are more of the deeper, darker turquoises, I'm going to go ahead and use the 10 inch. Okay. All you're going to do, same way that you do the ribbon. And besides, if anybody watches me, y'all know I'm obsessed with this color. So, okay, so here's the mesh. So, just like if you were going to do like a ruffle, you're just going to grab it and ruffle all the way and gather the end, basically, so that you can gather it all together. Okay? You're going to attach it the exact same way. Now, if people would just make turquoise zip ties, my life would be complete. So we're going to just attach the zip tie right in there. Maybe because I don't have enough fingers. Does anybody have one of them days when nothing wants to work? My fingers don't want to work. Everything here wants to work. All right, so it's gathered. You're getting your zip ties. I don't have any little 4-inch zip ties. Now y'all see why I say use the 4-inch zip tie over using these longer ones. It makes it so much easier. This is actually a turquoise color, this mesh, that I got from Joann's. Had to think about that for a minute. But if Joann's does not have it right now, because this was actually part of their spring line. Yes, it was part of their spring line. I did see it today at Hobby Lobby. And it's not in their Christmas section. It is over in their floral section. It's maybe a half a shade lighter. This mesh came from Joann's, but the spring line, this mesh came from Michael's. But this one, they have all the time at Michael's. And this one, since it was spring, like I was just telling you, you could grab it at Hobby Lobby. But over in their wedding/floral section, where they keep those, not in their actual Christmas section. So for this one, I am literally going to drop that on the floor. Okay, so you see how thick this is? You're going to gather it, just like if y'all were doing the poofs, you know, you just kind of gather it together. Oh, you don't have a hobby? Oh, yes, right, because you live... Yes. So here we go. We're just going to... Nice side cutters. Gather it around. Do the exact same thing. Gonna just come up and wrap. Make sure you get as close to that edge as you can. You want it to kind of be flat. It's harder with the 10-inch mesh, I am not going to lie. But I like the color. And I like the fact that with the 10-inch, I can spread out and go a little bit further up. And with this one, you see how it looks? It almost looks kind of scaly. So imagine if you had I know it's a candy cane. I know. But imagine if you have a friend, like I live in Florida. So imagine you could do a beach theme with this. Yeah, Hobby Lobby does always have a 40% off coupon. But if you lived like anywhere near a beach, or if you had a friend that, you know, loved the beach themed or was really into mermaids. I know it's Christmas. It's not really the color that you would use for Christmas. But sometimes, you know, you got to think outside the box, do something fun. This is my favorite color. If anybody knows, I've made a peacock wreath out of this color already on a flower board. I've already actually made one candy cane in this color, but it was a peacock candy cane. So that's why I'm doing this one a little bit different. I will probably do another one because this one's going to be more fun, whimsical. And I'll do another one in the beach theme. So this color can go anywhere. You can also use yarn, if anybody has chunky yarn. That's an option. You know, that really thick chunky yarn. You can use the loopy yarn with it, wrapping it. Now you can use the mesh and make all the little puffs and the ruffles and everything else. This is just me showing you how to do it quick and easy. You want something quick for your craft shows. You want something that you can church bazaar, like I said, a quick neighbor, a friend, something that you can give them that's not going to break the bank. This would be great for maybe a teacher, your child's teacher, if you have one at the school that they really, really like. Inexpensive. They'll love you forever because they're going to think you spent all this money on them. And you don't have to tell them you didn't. You're just going to keep wrapping, making sure you're gathering this the whole time. See how I'm gathering it the whole time down the center. Remember, we're at this curve, so it gets a little more complicated. Don't worry about it. Just go back and readjust if you need to. Oh. My tree 2 years ago was all in peacock. 2 years ago, 3 years ago, I don't know. Every year I change the theme. My kids are so funny. At first they were like, Mom, quit it. And now that they're all grown and they're out of the house, they're like, so, you changing the theme this year? Can I have last year's ornaments? And then they rotate it out. It's hilarious. Not a problem, sweetie. Thank you for stopping in. Make sure you check the page tomorrow, darling. I'll have the pictures all where they're completed, all done, where you can get a good picture in the light. And if you have any questions, I'll gladly help you. Okay, we're almost done. We're almost at the end. We're just going to wrap. Now, this was a roll that I had already started, as y'all know, from another project. So I had probably used maybe half of it. And it's a 30-foot roll. And there is still plenty down here. I will show you how much is left. I'm just going to wrap this to the back. But see, you have enough that you could wrap one more time. So again, make sure you give yourself plenty of excess. A good maybe 2 or 3 inches, because you're going to tuck this right down inside and zip tie it. So you're going to go ahead and get your zip tie, and I'm going to cheat because that white one was just way too big, and I'm going to use the black one. I'm going to use the 4-inch. Tuck it right inside to that frame that's down inside here, just like you did on the other end. Sometimes it's easier if you go ahead and get your zip tie started and then put your mesh in there. I'm telling you, this last zip tie, if you've done it right, it's the hardest thing of this whole process. Okay, so zip ties in, wrap this back around, tuck it in there good and tight. Hope you didn't put your zip tie in backwards like I did a while ago. Zip it right on into place, really good and tight. And then you're just going to pull your edge back up, because remember what I told you you could do. That's why I had you do the extra, is come back in and hot glue that edge. Okay? So it's good and tight all the way around. If you have any gaps on the back, all you're going to do is just kind of go in with your fingers. Clean up your back a little bit, especially around here where you did the edge. You see how it's kind of folding? That's fine. You just have to clean it up a little bit. And then you'll just hot glue this at the end. I'm not going to do it now because I don't want to hold y'all up, because you're going to do that end too, and that's going to hide the end of your frame, because we all like that perfect look when a customer's looking at it. So once you touch that end with a bit of hot glue, it's going to look like that, nice and sealed. Okay? So all nice and pretty. We got this one. I already made the bow. When you're doing your bow, you want to kind of take, because now remember when this hangs, it's not going to, because this is heavier on this side. So when it hangs, it's going to hang more at an angle. It's going to hang kind of like this. Okay? So your when you put your pipe cleaner, it's going to do the same thing. You're going to kind of pull these apart and put your, all the time. I know, it's crazy. But you're going to pull these apart right here, and then that's where you'll either put your pipe cleaners, if that's what you want to use to hold it, or you will go in, hi, welcome to my late night session. I don't even know why I'm up, but it's okay. I'm crafting. And then, so zip tie in the back, or you put the pipe cleaner, and then the same thing. You'll just tuck it right back underneath there. So it's all nice and hidden when you're all done, okay? So here's the pretty bow that we were working on. All you're going to do is just push it right through the mesh. Now it's harder when you use the 10-inch mesh. I am not going to fib, because you basically triple it. You've tripled the thickness. It doesn't want to play nice. It's okay. You force it to play nice. Because I like mine hidden. So there it went. Pushed itself right on in there. Now we just got to kind of come around and get it out the back. Really easy. Haha. I say that and y'all are all like, yeah, I saw you struggle. Same thing. Push it right on through. You're going to come around, grab it. Yes. Well, let me tell you. One, I've got all of these supplies in my craft room that I set here the other day with Michelle from Past and Presents, and I made her go in my craft room with me and help me figure out what I wanted to put together. So we started putting them all in these little bags. So I have the mesh and everything that I'm going to need to complete the projects in these bags. So you're going to just zip tie it, pipe cleaner it. See, all I did was and I twisted it about 5 times. That's the back right there. And then all you're going to do is kind of tuck it under and cover it up. So now you've got your bow attached and it's not showing. It's magic. Just kidding. Just kidding. So you've got this real pretty bow. I always make my tails long. I'm not saying I'm going to keep these tails this long, but it's better to be long and cut than to go ahead and just cut it off at the beginning. You can't add ribbon, but you can cut it away. So anyway, I had this stuff all set aside, all nice and pretty. Got this big craft show this weekend I've been preparing for. And then I'm on Etsy, the whole 9 yards, got all this stuff going. And I'm like, I am so prepared. And then the Etsy cha-ching started. Which is great. I'm not complaining. I love it. I do. I sincerely appreciate everything that people do. And that they wanted to buy my products. But now that means I'm shorthanded for this craft show this weekend. So now I'm a little bit stressed. So we're going to just make these opposite. So you got a loop here and a loop here. So you're going to want your tails to kind of go down here. And I know I have both tails coming down over here, but they're so long. And I know I'm going to probably kind of curl them up and all that. So we want this to play out. Love magic. I know. Okay, so we've got tail over here. So we're going to want this opposite. So you're going to want your loop, tail to the top. Sorry. Which means you're going to have to take this tail over here, loop to the top. Oh, you don't remember where I drilled the extra holes? I drilled the extra holes, Christina. So you know how it has 3 holes? I don't have one out here. Oh, I do. Hold on. I've got a mess at my feet. Sorry, guys. All right. So where you always have the 3 holes right here, all I did was right here, just to make it even. So extra, 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 extra for yours, for what you were talking about. Okay? So that's all you're just gonna go all the way. I didn't do one here because that's your hanging holes, but all of the other ones I did. So that should answer your question for your... I know you love cha-ching. Well, thank you. I tried to. All right, so where was I at? Okay, loop, tail. So because you've got the tail down here and we're going into our next color, see I put this color in here, this real pretty turquoisey one, because it matches. It's actually called Mermaid. I'm obsessed with Mermaid. And I got it at Hobby Lobby. I know a sell is a sell is a sell, and I should be happy with it, but now I'm like, it's a 3-day craft show, and I'm freaking out. It's okay. I thought I was all ready, and now I'm not all ready, and it's fine. It's fine. I will be ready. Okay, so we've got, because that was the tail, so we've got the loop, and then the tail, and then we're to the silver, and I'll fluff this out a little bit more once I have it all on. Cut my tails later to kind of show y'all, but right now I'm just trying to give you a general idea of what I've got going and how you kind of fluff a bow. Thank you. I told y'all, you have a question, you ask me. I do not mind. If you live close enough, I would go to your house and help you. I do not mind helping people. People helped me when I first got started, which wasn't that long ago, but still, we all get here with help. Okay. So big old bow. I'll fluff it a little bit more later, but y'all can see once I get it all cut how it's going to have all of these colors. Some more of these picks I got. If anybody lives near Michael's, I have to get off topic real quick. At the end of the season, Michael's has what they call gift bag season. So at the very end of the season, they put these gift bags out front, and they're in this white bag, and they're usually $3 to $5, and you don't get to have any idea what's in it. You just have to go get it. Well, I did that last year. Normally I don't. And I did that last year, and I am so excited because those 5001 picks that I was talking about I haven't had earlier came from there. And all these bulbs. Anyway, you get this giant bag that's as big as a trash bag, and it's usually for $4, and you will not be disappointed. There may be some stuff in there you won't use, but for the most part, you'll use all of it. So at the end of the season, anybody that lives by Michael's is set for mine. Don't go get mine. Please don't go get mine. Go help yourself to some of their grab baggy stuff. These are not going to stay here, but I'm trying to give you a general idea of what I'm talking about. You'll be putting the picks right through the mesh, and then you'll just kind of zip tie them into place. But I will maneuver it all out everywhere later. And I had a turquoise pick, and now I've lost it, but y'all get the general gist of what I'm talking about. So you could even, because I have the silver in here, and I don't really want to. But just to give you an idea, because I'm going to have a turquoise one. So you would have this one kind of coming out the bottom in a turquoise or any other color that you have. Maybe you want it to come out the top, up here. See what I'm saying? It's all up to you. Whatever you want to do. You'll have it kind of tucked in, sticking out the top of the bow, making it all nice and pretty. Whatever you want to do. But it just goes right through the mesh, and you'll just kind of put a little bit of hot glue right on the end of this and tuck it through. So, any questions? You've never seen that at Michael's? It is the best thing. You know how they have those great big metal bins in front of the store that they put like their pillows and stuff in during the holidays? Whatever they're working on outside. They fill that with these great big trash bags. I mean, I saw it at Christmas. Oh, it is amazing. Yes, I've said hot glue. You would just take a little bit of hot glue and put it on the end of your pick. That's my sister. I'm allowed to talk to her that way. For anybody that thinks I'm being mean to her. The one that's popping up, Don Ward, is actually my sister in North Carolina where it's cold. Your Michael says to do that either? I must be a lucky, lucky person. Do not come to Gainesville and take my gift bags. But you would just put a little bit of hot glue right here on the end, wherever you cut it. And then that way when you stuck it in inside, the hot glue would adhere to the inside of the mesh, and you're not getting hot glue on the outside of your design, and it would hold it into place. You'd be able to shake it around in the whole 9 yards, and it would not move. If y'all give me a second, I'll show you what one complete it looks like. Is that all right with y'all? If I step away for 1 second, I'll be right back, okay? And I'll show you what a completed one looks like, okay? Hold on. Okay, so sorry. Okay, so this is what a completed one looks like. Okay? So this is the peacock using that exact same mesh. So this is all, the bow's all done. And this is what I'm talking about. So you would just kind of put whatever out the bottom, put a little bit out the top, just to fill it all in and make it all pretty. Okay? So that's one, using the exact same mesh we just used. Okay. I'm almost done. This one, I'm showing y'all different techniques. This is another one that's completed. This is the chunky yarn that I was talking to y'all about. Okay. So you would just wrap this same way as everything else, but use the chunky. And you can put whatever you want to. I just want it more of a country-ish rustic thing going on here. Farmhouse chic, I guess, is what they would call it. Do one with flamingos. I am not a flamingo fan, you silly, silly person. And then there's this one, which is not complete. Still made from the Dollar Tree. But it's going to be, I'm going to hang an ornament from right here. And then it'll be the Grinch. So then you'll just hang your little ornament. So these are, I mean, you can do just about anything that you want to. It's just real simple. Dollar Tree frame. I buy them by the case. And you can see, you can even, don't judge this one because it's already done, but turn it upside down. Not this one, but just use the white, or maybe do it with red. And put a little elf, like an elf in here. Like he's hanging on for dear life of an upside down candy cane. You could do that. Your imagination isn't. I've even seen people do it this way. This way. But they use like a brown. Yeah. What is this called? Chunky yarn. Brown chunky yarn or burlap. And then they've used this like a sleigh. So imagine putting a Santa kind of maybe right here, like a little bit bigger of a Santa. So he's kind of sitting in the sleigh, some presents to the back. What is what made of? What is this made of? This is actually chunky yarn. Is that what you're asking, Tom? Or is what am I using? Would have to see me do a Grinch live. Yeah, that one took me a few minutes. I'm not gonna lie. I tried it and couldn't get it right. and ended up having to jump on YouTube on that one. Normally I can figure things out without having to jump on YouTube, but this one I couldn't figure out how to do the fingers. So yeah, I had to jump on a YouTube for that one, but I altered it a little bit because I made sure I used like the red velvet here, and that was just material. It's not even ribbon. I just went and bought 1/4 yard of red fabric, and then this is the white fur that you get by the roll right there at Christmas at Hobby Lobby or anywhere else. So that's what I did. And then this is a boa. So the boa is like $3, and then anyway. What is the Grinch made of? This is a candy cane wreath form, just like the rest of them. But all I did was at the very end on these out here, where this connects right here. And I don't have another one in here I would show you. But on this last section of your candy cane wreath form, you would just cut the bottom piece off, and then cut this one right here off, the one that's in the middle, so that separates it. And then you just spread them out like little fingers. That's it. You just kind of spread them, and then just wrap them with the green boa or whatever green that you have. I was actually looking for a green yarn, but I couldn't find that color green. All they had was green. And then I just wrapped the rest of it just like I did this one. So it's just a matter of getting this wrapped. But other than that, it was pretty easy. And then I've just got to do I'm going to hang a little Santa cam from here. I'm not even going to go Grinchy with what it says. I'm just going to, it'll be hanging like this, and then I'm going to hang the little Santa cam from this one. And we'll have that all set up. The candy cane forms are actually from Dollar Tree. You can get them at your local Dollar Tree, or you can order them online. They come by the case. There's 24 in the case, so $24. And I think I've probably already used 10 of mine. But it's super easy. Like I said, you can buy them by the case. Go to dollartree.com. You can go there and order them by the case. They'll ship them right to the store. It takes about a week and a half to do it that way. If your Dollar Tree doesn't have them, you can have them shipped to your house. It takes a little bit longer. I don't know why. You can also go to our page, Easy Breezy Creations, and we are an affiliate with Dollar Tree. So you're more than welcome to go there and click on that link and take you to get anything that you want as far as the holiday stuff. The red truck signs, all of that stuff that they have, you can order it right offline and get it sent straight to your store, and it will be free shipping. Any other questions about what we've done? I know it was late, but it was kind of fun. That let me get 2 of my projects done tonight. Now I've just got 5 more to do. Nothing else? Are we good? And no, Robin, I'm not giving you any of these for Christmas. I know you. Hey, Tasha. See, the family in North Carolina jumped on when it's late. Okay, if we don't have any other questions, I really, really do appreciate y'all stopping in. Again, we are 5 likes away or follows away, whatever she's doing on our page from reaching 500. And my daughter Bree said that if we reach 500 by the end of the week, she gave me a deadline, she would give away a custom tumbler, one of her cups, and I'm giving away something. So I don't know what. Something that I'm creating. Who knows what it'll be. Maybe it'll be a Grinch. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe it'll be one of these pretty little candy canes. In whatever color y'all want it done in. So, if nobody has any more questions, I'm going to bid you good night so I can get started on everything else. I owe you a wreath for your bathroom. Yeah, once you decide what your bathroom is. Don't worry about it. So, alright, I'm going to say bye, and I hope everybody has a very blessed evening, and you will see me live again tomorrow. It'll be early afternoon for our day 5 of our 7 days straight. Alright, thanks guys. Have a blessed day. Bye-bye.